I think she a motherfucking worshiper for the devil, dog. I think that motherfucker is a devil assistant. This bitch. Hey, no. I ain't trying to call out her name like that, but look, my tongue just outspoke for a minute. Look. No, I'm gonna be honest. For all this.
Off Limits Podcast, #1 in the battle. No scripts, keep it lit. Let's get deep. Get the camera, real talk, every thought, only for your satisfaction. Off Limits Podcast, let's go. Action.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the podcast, man. I want to say thank everyone that's been giving me motivation, giving me feedback, good feedback. I love the negative feedback too as well, because we all got to improve, man. I got a special guest here today, man, for sure. This dude is a Fremont, Las Vegas legend, dog. His energy is unmatched. I don't think anybody that came on my podcast yet can touch this dude energy, man. But I'll go ahead and let him introduce himself. Go ahead, dog.
Yo, what's going on? You know what? I said I was gonna do this the right way. My name is Jonathan, but I go by JTruth PA. I love it here in Las Vegas. I'm originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I came here with one message and one message only. Whether I think I can or I think I can't, I'm absolutely right. And whether I'm good or bad, you're going to talk about me. So today, I'm going to give you something to talk about. Let's have some fun.
Look, we going to talk about everything and have some fun, man. And that's what I love about my podcast is nothing is off limits. I love the story. I love your background, man. I'll kind of go ahead and start it off because people are going to be asking how we met, man, was so crazy because I was actually a security guard on Fremont. I was one of them. I was one of them dudes that was a security officer, and what caught my attention was your energy, Paul. Like, dude, your energy is unmatched. Like you do so much when you're performing. If y'all have not watched it, man, y'all go look up on TikTok any Las Vegas performance. I guarantee you he's going to be one of the first ones to pop up, and that's a fact, man. Like I said, that energy. But let's dive in a little bit before that energy, man. How did you come around to perform the way that you do? Because I know it wasn't that easy. I just know it was. How did it all start? At what age did you start dancing? And we'll get into that dancing, dog. We gonna get into that dancing too. But you making music and have that that charisma. When did it all start?
All my life. All my life. I just been a little bit different than my family. Yeah, and, facts. You know, in some ways I would consider that me being the black sheep of my family. I was never really relatable. But I was always extra. I was extra emotional as much as I was extra into my craft. Yeah. But I didn't know what singing in that was. I came across singing or the desire to sing watching The Wiggles on
the cartoon show?
It's these four guys.
The Wiggles, like the old school. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like
what?
I've always, this is the thing about me, I'm a big fan of color. Mm-hmm. And like sound vibration and all that stuff. And I didn't know what that was called in my younger years, but I was always infatuated by color and like the Power Rangers, you know, just like that unison thing. Yeah. But with the Wiggles, it was like that too. Like one had a red shirt, yellow shirt, green shirt, blue shirt. They were all singing these songs in unison. Yeah. And it was fun to watch. Yeah. So when I take a shower when I was younger, I would try to sing. And I remember coming up to my mom once while she was taking a shit in the bathroom. And I'm on the steps, and the door's wide open. I decided to sing to her. She kind of shot me down a little bit, so I didn't know if I could sing. I didn't pick it up. I didn't pick it up again until like 6th, 7th grade, where I saw how the girls would react if I hummed a little bit. And then my journey kind of went from there. You know, we can get deeper into it, but at first it was just for the women. Yeah. And then once I started to see what my words and the energy can do, and how what I say or how I say it hits more than what I'm saying. Facts. I wanted to really make a transition on the things that I put on record.
And we gonna touch on that too as well. And that's crazy how those little shows like that or little things that we may see little influence us to this day. Because, you know, I never really grew up watching, I know what the Wiggles are. That was actually one of my favorite shows. I'm gonna be honest. That and Lazy Town. It was a show called Lazy Town.
Yeah,
it was that. It was that and Lazy Town, dog. And then like a little kid one was Rocket Power, a little skateboard one. It was some light. But how I got started with mine was just off little things that I would pick up like you know. But kind of go back off what you said. You just picked it up watching a show, went to your mom and started singing. Was your household full of singing people?
No,
nothing at all.
My sisters can sing. My brother can sing.
Yeah,
everybody can sing. Nobody was really on that growing up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
literally just me.
Just you.
As far as like wanting to push, and I wanted to do something innately. Like I felt like it was calling to me. Since I was 12, I was in the studio with a whole bunch of street thugs. I'm in a trap house studio at 12, 13. I'm with these other people called Heavy Artillery, which was my first ever like real studio experience with this group called Heavy Artillery. But these are thugs to a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, but I had to learn somehow in Philadelphia, and I wasn't scared to.
Yeah.
So I would just go to these studios and drop hooks and sing hooks. And that's just how I started to get my name in Philadelphia.
Yeah. Did you ever take like in school? How was school growing up? Did you ever take like music classes, or you didn't play no instrument or anything like that?
I played piano in 3rd grade. It was part of the class, like it was part of our schooling.
Yeah.
Music class. I started in 3rd grade and I've took it on myself for the last 20-something years.
Yeah. No, that's
piano is something I play very fluidly, and the drums.
That's hard.
Things that I've learned by ear.
So you know how to read music?
Yeah, I can read music now, but I had to teach myself a little bit.
You had to teach. Like, what's his name? Nick Cannon off Drumline.
Yeah. Hypothetically speaking, same concept.
For real?
I will listen to a record.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
I'll give me a producer and tell him the place. I innately like know where samples are, where they come from. And this music out here now, I'll hear the sample and automatically just know it. Oh, this song was in 1970 something by this. Like it was that type of thing for me growing up. I just loved putting sounds and things together. I just never knew what it was going to turn into. But I knew I wanted to do something positive with it.
That's my next point, because it's so much positivity into your music, but your whole, you know how when you go through like an audition, they don't want to just see you dance. They want to feel that energy, right? Yeah. You put that in with your music. But before that music, in the positive energy, let's talk about it in between where it might get deep a little bit. When did you start putting your struggles into it? Because there's a lot of struggle behind the music. You see, look, come on now. We about to talk. Look, we about to talk.
You know, I'm going to say this openly to everybody. Right now. It's happening right now.
Facts.
That I'm putting where's my other device? Once I get my other device on me, I'll show it. Like, there's something that I'm writing even now to put into my arsenal. Because if you look at my discography, it's a lot of positivity, small hints of little things happening. And I've always been afraid. And I don't know why. Like,
afraid of what?
Putting out those parts of myself, the cocaine, the liquor, the bad nights, the fighting, the almost losing my life, the relationship struggles where like it could have got real gangster real quick.
Yeah.
I remember the songs that I made, and they were hard for me to. I don't even know why I'm getting emotional about it now.
Bro, look, nothing is off limits. Talk your talk.
I'll say it like this: I was with Brooklyn, and you know who that is.
Yeah.
I remember when I lost my home, and it was just me and her in the hotel. And bro, I'm gonna let you. I did more cocaine in those couple of hours than I could imagine, and I didn't want to stop either. And the reason why I didn't want to stop is because I'm sitting arguing with her, got no food, man. And Fremont is right across the street from the Oasis, so that's my only way of getting the bag is to walk and go back and forth because everything just went to shit.
Yeah.
I remember writing a song by arguing with her, and I was like, when are we gonna fucking stop this emotional tug of war we on? Like this battle all the time, fighting with you and arguing when I'm just trying to make something happen for us. when I said that line, because I'm the cocaine and that adrenaline rushing through my body, I tuned her out for the next 6 hours. And I have a song called Emotional Tug of War that was written in that very same space while I was on massive cocaine. And I was able to take that feeling you get when you're on it and completely transmute it into the record, because I felt like the record I needed that record to be out more than it needed to come out. Yeah. I needed to release it into my computer, or I was gonna lose my mind. Yeah. So for the next 6 hours, she's sitting on the bed, peaceful. I don't know what happened with the energy, but she completely went peaceful. She even sat next to me, helped me construct the record. Once I played the beginning couple lines, she already knew. Yeah. She completely like dismissed that energy and became a peaceful center for me. Even though we were both on, well, she wasn't at that time, but I was lit. Yeah. She was more in a peaceful sense. That same record I was so scared to put out. I still haven't put it out to this day. But there was a competition that happened August 4th back here in Vegas, and I was in Texas at the time for the first time. Yeah. I remember the competition was $100 to enter. I had no money. I got called in for a studio session an hour away, packed up my whole studio into my manager's car and drove it to the session. Drove it to the session, made $100. Told my manager, I don't care if I got no food, and you're probably gonna be mad at me, but I need to prove it to myself, because this competition keeps calling my name, that I'm in Vegas. All this is happening from Vegas. Dog. This is Vegas. You come here, you double down on yourself. You're gonna bet on anybody, bet on you. So I betted on me for the first time in a long time. Yeah. And that one song, I entered with 4 songs, and one of those songs were Emotional Tug of War. That same song that I was so afraid to put out, because I remember doing it on cocaine, and I didn't want to have to tell this story to nobody.
I'm gonna ask you a question real quick. Do you feel like, and I'm gonna speak truth, mind you, I said something before this podcast. I don't write down any questions, right? I don't write down none of this. It's not scripted.
Before you finish this, I want this to add to this story. That same song got judged on live. They're going through all the notables, right? I didn't make none of those. I was like, damn, all right, cool. You know, I'm gonna give it up for my friends. Yeah. Then they mentioned the place winners. I was the first song that played. I went ballistic, because it meant more to me that it was that song, and I got a chance to sing that song live. Yeah. And that was the song that I was in the midst of my pain, on cocaine. But I was so afraid to put out the song, and I guess now saying it to you for the first time to anybody is, I didn't want to have to tell the story behind it, because I didn't want to have to tell somebody else or another podcast or another person, like my family did, or like some of my closest friends, only judge me because of the addiction, or only judge me because of the cocaine. Forget about all the positive and everything beautiful. You can't be this. You can't be this great because of your addiction. Fact. And that's been hell. And it's so easy to say, to mask your own stuff and not take accountability by saying, oh, it's not me, it's you, because you're the one who's an addict, or you're the one who does the cocaine, or you're the one who drinks the liquor, or you're the one who smokes the weed. Facts. It's automatically put on me, and I had to deal with a lot of pressure. That
you definitely did. And kind of to backtrack just a little bit from the beginning of the story, do you feel like that cocaine environment brought out the real you? Not only just that, but the people that you were surrounding yourself with.
That was the realest question I think I've ever been asked in my entire life. Straight up.
It's a deep question, because I ask people, or I get asked all the time, the way that I grew up, all of that pain and all that environment, that
cocaine
lifestyle.
Didn't bring out the real me. But it brought out the most artistic version of me. And that's the reason why, like, I don't advocate drugs at all. But I never call drugs drugs. I call them elevators. And why I say this openly to everybody, when did they start selling mushrooms now? I thought that was a Schedule 1. Wasn't that just banned? Oh, now because you can tax weed is all of a sudden legal? I'll give it about another couple of years before they start monetizing off cocaine. You know how I'm not saying anything's good or bad. I just know that there was bad things that happened on this, but there's also some good things that happened. Some of the records that these people listen to that are my fans, some of the songs that they're the most connected to, that I haven't even exposed the most of me in, are the songs that I was under the influence.
You were vulnerable.
Because it made me vulnerable.
Yeah.
I never did it to say, oh, I'm going to do cocaine and I'm going to wild out. It was never, ask anybody who's ever known me on that sense, only time I've ever really, I said I'm gonna hit it is because I needed to get something out that wasn't going to get out sober.
Yeah.
There was a part of me that I couldn't reach that emotional pit that I needed to get into to bring out what I needed to bring out until I was there. Bro, unfortunately.
You know what that reminds me of? And this is a compliment, right? James Brown. Bro, dog, like, no. Listen, dog. Like facts. Think about it. He's one of the mainstream rock and roll jazz artists in the world. He only performed off cocaine, but yet he's one of the ones that go down in a book. Now, pause. I'm not telling you motherfuckers to go out there and do cocaine. But I'm just saying, it goes back to that question. Do you think it brought out the real you? Because of me, some ways, yeah. Because of me, my pain and my trauma taught me and created the person I am today. And I will not go back and change everything, dog.
I want to say this to everybody. If you're going to do anything, any drug, you have to tell yourself what you're doing it for. It was never an addiction. It was a runaway because I'm not doing it now.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm not doing no 12-step program for it. You know what I'm saying? It's more like, no, I had to make a distinction in myself. Am I running as a coping mechanism or am I using it? Am I going to go
as
hang
an
out
excuse
with friends and it's over, or is this an excuse?
Yeah.
Sometimes it was to run away. Most times it was to, I don't even want to deal with you. I'm going to focus in on my star player because he needs me right now.
Yeah.
And it's like some people when they run, you know, they'll use the drugs and the alcohol as an escape route or as a mental block to what I've never took cocaine and not, or liquor, no, nothing. Not ecstasy, not shrooms. I've done it all, homie. Yeah. None of those things made me run away from myself.
Yeah.
So in some way that is a yes. I faced my trauma. I poured out my emotions. I've written about my emotions. I've meditated even on things. Like I've just learned how to take away my the question of, is this a coping mechanism? Yeah. Because it's not.
Bro, oh my gosh. And like,
I got nothing to cope with. I'm healing, I'm free. You're
speaking so much because how old are you?
I'm 31 now.
31?
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm a grown man.
I'm 27, but you heard me snuck that damn in there. No, but I'm 27, bro, and I'm gonna
see how sexy and young I look.
I'm gonna get personal and deep with it though. See, when you talk about coping mechanisms, when I grew up or growing up, even to this day, I'm 27. I have an older sister that's 30, 31. But my biological mom, she would try to commit suicide often.
What?
It's been times where I walk in, and mind you, I'm in like 7th, 8th grade. Yeah. I'm coming home, my mom laying on the floor, back linked up against the couch. I'm like, Mom, what are you doing? I'm thinking she tired. That's what she told me. She was asleep. She was tired. I was like, what are you talking about? Go get in the bed. She goes, nah, I'm tired. I was like, what do you mean? She goes, I'm just tired. I don't want to be here no more. I was like, what happened? At that moment, I knew that something happened. And she goes, I just don't want to be on this earth anymore. And I was like, mind you, I'm in 8th grade. And she goes, well, I tried to kill myself. I was like, how? She goes, I tried to drink bleach, but it was too strong. I started laughing. I literally started laughing and she started laughing with me. I was like, let's go to the hospital. And she went. And so we talk about these coping mechanisms. To this day, she still drinks because she feels like the person that she is, that she would be without alcohol, she doesn't like. And I'm like, Mom, you got to find some. She's a lot better now over the years, but she still take that alcohol abuse to another level. Like she'll wake up, drink a fifth of alcohol and be straight. That's her breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like to this day, if I call her right now, I guarantee you she'll be like, I'm drinking a bottle. So when you think about coping mechanisms and things like that, how did you manage to keep the positive side of being on cocaine? Because you could have went off track so easily being on cocaine or being on drugs, but you still don't get me wrong, it was bad all around, but the good that came out of it is not often talked about overall, because you got people that go through relapses, but you somehow.
But see, that's the thing to me. Jelly Roll said this in one of the interviews too, when he was talking about his alcoholism and stuff. What's a relapse anymore? What's an addiction, and what is a personal person's definition of it? Because I remember hearing this interview with Jelly Roll about he stopped drinking alcohol. It was getting too crazy, but he just won a couple of awards. Of course, he washed some alcohol back.
Facts.
And went crazy.
Yeah.
But it didn't change him and his choice to overcome alcohol. It's just
right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna sit here and tell the camera or you, because I have to be real me, whether the world hates me or not. I owe this to myself. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm never gonna do cocaine again. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm never going to drink alcohol. I'll be lying to myself and to everybody. I don't know what's going to happen next in my life. The only thing that I am in control of is what I do today. And today I choose to say no for all the right reasons. Tomorrow might be a different story for a whole bunch of different reasons, but I got to honor that for myself. It wasn't until Mexican OT. He was on an interview talking about, literally talking about how he hit a gram, fishing, and easily had a convo.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, that convo on that interview is why I feel more comfortable today saying, I don't know what's going to happen, but if it does, even in the midst of it, I'm going to make sure that I'm the best version of me.
Right.
I'm positive with or without it. And I know that the moment I'm even in there, what is that supposed to change my I heard that when you take cocaine, it takes away your free will. In some way, I believe that. But I also believe that my will's too damn strong. So no matter what I take, no matter what happens to me, I feel like I'm still in control. And I feel like it's what we tell ourselves all the time. I don't tell myself that I'm not him anymore, because I choose not to believe that. And if that comes out cocky or insignificant than someone else, then that's your problem.
Do you think that in your aspect, or I guess your opinion, there's a good addiction and a bad addiction? Because you got to look at it from both sides. Because you can be addicted to all the wrong, bad shit too as well, just as much as you can as good. See, I'm addicted to being on a podcast. See, an addiction is something that you cannot refrain from daily. An addiction is something that if you wake up...
Negative thoughts is an addiction. Stress is an addiction. Stress will kill you faster than cocaine ever will. Because of stress, it develops cancer, because anything that's a dis-ease in the body becomes a disease in the body eventually. I don't have none of those problems. I had an autoimmune disease. Where's the autoimmune disease today? Autoimmune disease means that the doctors don't know how the hell it showed up, and we don't know how we're going to get rid of it. The only thing that they could have referred to me was to get rid of my spleen. Mind you, I go to the doctors with a low blood platelet count of under 10,000. They try to keep you. They don't let you leave the hospital. I go there because I'm sick one day. Oh, I think I'm sick. I don't feel good. I'm already just thinking to myself that it's my blood condition. And I was lit the night before that. So I was kind of worried. Yeah. Only to go to the doctors and I have a higher blood count without a doctor than I do with one. It taught me a lesson about my mind and my health. And I'm not saying any drug is good, because there's foods that are bad. There's mental thoughts that are bad to have. There's stress. There's so many things. I'm just trying to find out what's right and wrong for me. Right. I don't care what's right and wrong for the world. I don't care what's an unpopular belief anymore. What works for Jonathan and what doesn't work for Jonathan. Yeah. What people work for Jonathan, what people don't work for Jonathan. Because you can tell me what worked for you, and that does not mean that it's gonna work for me.
Question, and that's a good statement. And I'm gonna ask you a deep question. How long has it been since you did cocaine? For real.
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Mind you, I knew why I did it.
Yeah.
And the song speaks for itself.
The one that you were just playing to.
The one that because I freestyled first.
Yeah.
And that came out. And I did it to myself.
Yeah.
I was by myself in the crib. To me, it's like if that's the route I went to, I at least I'm gonna be in control of it.
Yeah.
My environment, everything matters. Cause it's no different to me sometimes than taking, even though the effects is different. When you take shrooms, they say be in an environment with good people, get away from your phone, all these things. Yeah. So if I did it, this is where I want to be. I want to be like this. Like, but I also come into terms with it's something that I want to continue or not. Maybe not. But I wanna figure that out.
Do you feel like, and that's definitely a good point, because only you can answer that. You know, only you can answer those questions of if and when and what is right for you specifically. My specific take on it is I'm the best version of myself in an environment that I know that I'm comfortable in, right? So if you take that into exactly what you're talking about, do you feel like you're the best version of you on it or off it?
I'm the best version of me off it, for sure, that I know. But there are some times where I felt like on it musically in that environment of like emotions, being like real, being super into my emotions, being real calm and peaceful, getting into like the music and really pouring out even melodically, like the deepest.
Yeah.
Some of those moments only came out or only have came out in those times.
Right.
Am I actively figuring out where is it coming from, so like I can do it a different way and bring that deeper stuff out, because there's a lot more that I want to say to the world and to myself, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm not on nobody else's timeline on when I get there. And as long as I'm good to the man in front of this camera, as long as I'm good to you, why the fuck should I be judged?
Right.
I'm a good man to you.
No, and of course, because you wouldn't be here. No, fact. Like I tell people all the time, like I surround myself around positive people. I can't judge people off of what they are going through because I haven't been through it myself. I can relate to a lot, and that's a fact. I can relate to a lot of people, a lot of different scenarios. I done been around murder. I done been around rape. I done been around drugs. I done been
that's
around
an addiction.
I done been around kingpins. I done been around all that. My question specifically, what changed from when you was 3? Because the energy that you had at 3 to go up and sing in front of your mom after watching the Wiggles, what changed to where you felt like, oh, now I'm only getting that energy or equivalent of that energy while being on cocaine? Because you wasn't doing cocaine at 3. I hope not.
No.
But like,
and let me close the distinction for you. That there's no correlation in that for me. Like, it's not I need it as a driving sense. It's the other way around.
Yeah.
I went from seeking others' approval so bad.
There we go.
To approving myself. No matter what people claim, because no disrespect, I am not going through anything.
Facts.
I'm overcoming everything, baby. And I went from seeking approval even of my own family to realizing what I was really doing. Was hurting myself, because when we wasn't legal, you was afraid to even pull out the joint, but now it's nothing, right? Yeah. You was afraid to say you do shrooms to people. You was afraid to say you did ecstasy. You didn't want people to know it. Now it's such a normalcy. It's so easy to say, but there's always that white line between the white line. Yeah. That's an issue. Yeah. I'm not going through anything. It's not a battle for me. Yeah. It's more so I want to learn how to find that same emotional, that real deep, vulnerable, transcending part of me that I've only felt in that space. Right. I'm just trying to bring that out in this space.
Yeah, and that's definitely a good goal overall that I think anybody should have, or surround themselves around that type of environment overall. But when was it, or what triggered it to where you felt like you had to get validation from everybody else?
All my life. What
triggered it?
Maybe at home. I was never seen. I was never heard.
That's what it is.
I spent so much more time in a basement to myself than ever upstairs communicating with my family. Yeah. I've never spoke to my mom in deep conversation. We've never told each other we love each other. She's never told me she loved me until I was 24. Damn. Where's my mom now? I love my mom to death, and I will never speak bad about my mom, but I will say the truth. And
only you can speak it.
I will say the truth. I love my family to death, but I went from seeking my at 18 years old, I went to go see my dad. When you're 18, mom, I'm 18, my mom can't tell me what to do anymore.
Yeah.
I went to go knock on my dad's door with my girlfriend at the time, only to get the door closed on me, and he don't got a kid. I seeked approval all my life, son.
Because it was never there.
Because it was never, I knew there was something different about me, and I just wanted it to be validated because I felt like it was beautiful, but nobody wanted to take the time to see it.
Yeah.
And I got this verse in a song, because even with women, I would try to find these pieces that I couldn't get from my mom in women. I say in a second verse, I want to talk about the hurt that I've been living, losing everything that I've been building to be a foundation to these women. Every couple months, another phase, someone else to help with the escape, another piece of pussy on the plate, fixing what is broken with some tape, knowing pretty soon I'm gonna break, only cause I'm too afraid to face myself and take the blame for my mistakes, hurting from the past I couldn't shake, cause my mommy wasn't there with the embrace, so I tried to find it in every girl that I was feeling, but I had to learn to let go, and start getting about and start digging it out and coming about and let me show you what I'm about. This is what I'm about, and this is without a doubt.
That'd go hard.
Like, that was an addiction. That was an addiction. My addiction was seeking approval from women.
Yeah.
Because because I was too afraid to admit I had mommy issues.
No, and bro, look, you talking to somebody that can relate.
I got beat by my mom. My mom threw me in a garbage when I was 6. My mom beat me until almost a fucking seizure, put me in the hospital. I remember waking up to my little brother putting a curtain string around my neck while I'm sleeping. So as I got up to get up, it tightened up and made a big scar all around. I got it bad. And I was hypothetically the favorite in the house. But to be the favorite, I had to go through the worst. The most abuse mentally, psychologically, and sometimes physically. You know what I'm saying? I had to go through that. So it took a lot of darkness to be the light that you saw in Fremont. And I give everybody the benefit of the doubt when they're out there that I'm going to find the God in you and I'm going to love you on this platform that's called Fremont Street, because I want y'all to feel the ways I never felt. I want to give you something I wish I got. Somebody who is not going to judge you, who's going to let you wild out, who even if you feel like you're the most insecure, they're going to make you feel beautiful. They're going to make you feel good. I'm him for that. I want to be him all over the world for that.
That go hard. You got to think, bro. Man, you talking to someone that can relate to the point of almost 100% exact, dog. Like, I felt at one point in time in my life, I was the odd person out. I was the odd dog out. And what did I, get attached to the most was the only thing that I knew was there that was, benefiting me was gang banging, going out there, being validated by a gang. That's what my addiction was at first. But then I had to realize, I came to realization at a young age, like 13 maybe, like young. I had to distance myself from my biological mom, dog. When I tell you, like I used to go at any call, any moment, my sister would call me and be like, "Hey, my boyfriend beating me up. My niece is in the in the room with her. My mom in the corner, tucked up, getting beat up. I'm a youngin', but I had a lot of power behind me. I had a lot of homies behind me that was willing to do whatever to make sure everything is situated and copacetic. So it was times to where I was stuck, and my addiction was literally going to to their savior, going to her savior and be like, all right, bet, I'm going to go fight this dude for you. I'm going to go, do this. I'm going to go do that to earn validation. So, bro, I feel you 100%. And my question is what's your next move, or what was your next move from a youngin' to being a teenager to being an adult? How was your teenage life? Because I know at some point in time you had to come to realization and was like,
I say it in one of my songs. I write everything in music that I can't express verbally all the time. Most of my teenage years and most of my 20s are a complete blur to me. 23 had my son legacy. 26 had my son journey. Tried my best to be a dad in between all those years leading up to me being 30. But in between it was a lot of blur, a lot of more, and I wouldn't say a blur like as if I don't remember. I mean blur like there's a lot of experiences that are probably like tucked subconsciously in my brain because there were scared situations where I was in a lot of pain, and naturally as humans we block that out.
Yeah.
Or our body tries to like find the best case scenario. And that's just where I'm at. You know, my next move as of today is to make better choices. You know, what is this? Abraham Lincoln, I believe, was like, he said it like pretty much, not to say that I don't have any goals, but like my only goal is to make the best decisions with what I'm provided today. Given everything that fell apart coming to Vegas, my goal now is what do I do to put water under that bridge and give, you know, my supporters that are even watching this now, how do I put this content out that now in my life makes the most sense to put out. All the records have been sitting in my laptop for the last 2 years. A year ago, 2 years, I got songs that'll blow people's mind today about how real I'm choosing to be. And it's not going to be pretty with how real I'm going to say things, because it's going to spark some issues in other people that love my music. And my goal is to, if I'm going to go on this journey of self-discovery fully, y'all coming with me. Y'all ain't got a choice. Y'all gonna come with me, because I promise you the other side is so much beautiful. Dog.
That energy is amazing. And this is without you even being in the environment to where we first met, but your energy is so, it's influencing a lot, whether you do something that a lot of people may not agree on, whatever the case is, your energy is unmatched when it comes to that motivation aspect, because you had so many opportunities to give up. I do want to touch on the topic real quick, and this is, bro, and I promise y'all, forever listening and watching it, I do not script questions. You mentioned that you had a son. How difficult is it for you to be a father?
Very. I have 2 kids, Legacy and Journey. And I say in another one of my songs, I'm not the greatest father and the money is going up, but I remain consistent about me showing up. And that's all I'm trying to do.
Show up.
This last time, arranging to see my firstborn son, I dropped the ball on that for a lot of different reasons that can or cannot be valid depending on who you are as a person, how you view it.
Yeah,
that's something I'm working right now with. The decisions about the drugs, the decisions about women, this relationship that I'm like in, and us loving each other so much where we might just have to choose ourselves for a while and handle us. Because my kids are my biggest focus before anything, is to be the father I didn't get a chance to be, or didn't allow myself the opportunity to really be. I've made mistakes and I've done great things for my children. In between them both, the only thing that remains is how much that I miss them and how much they validate me as a person, because I watch their personalities are just like mine. They look just like their mothers, but they are everything that I am, good and bad. And I love that. So I get a chance to teach them, even energetically, a dad that doesn't give up. And my sons can cry openly in front of me, and I'm going to ask them what kind of feelings are they having, and not be shut down like how I was shut down. The one thing that I can say about the mothers of my children, because there's never any hate, I love them both with everything I have in me. They gave me something special and beautiful to always be proud of, despite the inconsistency, the issues, the back and forth. No matter whose problem or fault, doesn't matter. Those are 2 beautiful women that deserve respect. Those are 2 beautiful women that gave me 2 beautiful gifts I would have never gotten anywhere else. I would never got those kids anywhere else. I would never got Journey the way Journey is, how he looks, how he talks. I would never got Legacy.
Talk it, dog. Look, I tell you, it's something to where seeing a man cry is not. See, y'all, this generation so pussy. Now I'm gonna talk pussy. Now I'm gonna talk my shit.
Talk your shit.
Now I'm gonna talk my shit. Look, this generation so pussy, nigga. I promise you, I dislike this generation, because women don't want to see a man be so vulnerable to cry. If you were to cry in front of your female right now, I promise you 100% that they're gonna judge you. But for him to be open on this podcast and cry in front of men just shows that what he's saying is 100% true. You can't do this in front of females. And I'm not just strictly trying to point out females, but this generation pussy, dog. Like, bro, and you talk about being closed out.
Let me piggyback off talking your shit.
Bro, oh my God.
Bro, we too sensitive to words. We're too sensitive to words. You can't say what's on your heart for real without judgment. People say they love you unconditionally until there's a condition set forth behind it. I would have never, there's no conditions to my love with these women. None. None. I know I'm not the best version of me yet. Or else I'll be in a way different space. But I also know that I'm great as who I am today. I don't lack nothing. I don't need nothing. I don't need to be nothing. I love me. I'm him, and I'll stand on that. But I need to do that for my kids. I need to look at my kids and say, I'm him for you guys. I haven't got that opportunity yet, and I won't stop. I won't stop. And I named them. They got names of power. Legacy and Journey. Those are names of fucking power. And my sons are, if you just watch them for 30 minutes, you would say JTruth 1 and JTruth 2. They're literally me. They just look like their moms.
Yeah.
But to all men with the baby mama drama, and I know some women could be terrible, because trust me, the first one,
we gonna talk about this. No,
I can uppercut her right now,
I'm talking
bro.
my shit.
Hey,
my first one,
to the cheek, bro.
Hey, look. God taught me how to be respectful, treat the mother of my kids with respect. But I'm talking my shit. The first mother of my kids. Oh my gosh, dog. Look, bro. Hey, that motherfucker is the worshiper of the devil, nigga.
Yo, to everybody on IG, you know it's real. When the black man rubs the back of his head and
bro, like, oh my shit, nigga, pulling my dick. I just got a haircut. I got a hat on. This nigga got me over here sweating bullets and shit. Look, I'm gonna be honest, dog. The first mother of my kids, bro, I think she a motherfucking worshiper for the devil, dog. I think that motherfucker is a devil assistant. This bitch. Hey, no. I ain't trying to call out her name like that, but look, my tongue just outspoke for a minute. Look. No, I'm gonna be honest. For all the single mothers out there that will not allow the dad to be around the kid, y'all got y'all reasons. I only can speak on my situation and my situation only. I was always there for I have 2 older kids, right? I'm gonna tell you the backstory real quick. I have 2 older kids, 9 and 5. Always been there for my kids. Me and her was dating for about 7 and a half years. I did my thing. I ain't gonna cap. I was out there doing my shit. Look. I was out there. Hey, look. I was out there doing my shit. I ain't gonna cap. But we came to multiple agreements. We was gonna work to move past that. She agreed to move past that and put it behind her. Cool. I didn't persuade her. I let her make that decision on her own. At a young age, mind you, I'm 27. I was 17, turning 18, having our first. He's 9. Then we had my daughter. She's 5. But anyway, bro, once I actually moved on and she started seeing how happy I was, that's when that motherfucker started using the kids against me as pawns. Bro, pawns. My fiance now, that's in the other room, I promise you, she can't even come close to her. Like my first one can't even come close to my one right now. That's just not being cocky or arrogant, but if Sadie, my fiance now, if Sadie was to walk in this room and you ask her, what are my 2 favorite holidays? She's going to be like Easter and Men's Mental Health Month. That's not even a holiday, but I call it my holiday. But anyway, with my 2 older kids, she started using them as pawns. Oh, well, if you come see me, you can come see your kids. If you do this for me, you can come see your kids. Like, started using that, like literally started using that as pawns, dog. And it just started making me realize how evil this fucking world is.
Bro, I can't see my firstborn unless I put his mom in a luxurious hotel that night. Look, I beat the hell out of myself in the head. Like, I'll go crazy. I'm so sorry. My son may never see this. But I say this on camera, and I'm going to dead in the camera, because I'm going to say this like I'm talking to him directly. I am sorry that I dropped the ball on you when you were supposed to come 3 hours before you took that flight. That's my mistake. Daddy had a lot of issues going on in that very moment, and Mom wasn't making it easy for me either. And it's not an excuse. But if you can give me another chance, I'll show you what Daddy is made of. But that lady right there, bro. Nails over Similac. Nails done over Similac, bro. I'm in a fucking trailer that I can put my hands out and touch both walls. When my son was, I didn't know nothing about Vegas, my brother. I'm in a trailer, a aluminum trailer. The air can still come in. It's cold. I gotta turn the heater on. And you know what my heater is? The stove. I gotta turn all the stove gas on and not sleep so heavy so none of us burn every single night. Only to wake up and both of them are gone. In California by the time I wake up. And it was a struggle ever since. Ever since. And my son, I got videos of him, me and him. That little kid is a self-taught pianist. Like his dad. He plays Beethoven to me.
That's crazy.
I got videos on my phone right now of him playing we're on FaceTime, and he's playing piano back to me. It was that type time. Actually, Brooklyn was there. And I want that. Like, I know my sons are gonna reveal to me who I really, really am. Because I'm watching them. The kid me that kindred spirit that sits in all of us, that some of us mask as grown-ups. Yeah. That little kid that we all chase after because we denied it so much in high school because we wanted to fit in so much when we could have been standing out. And it's that one thing that made us different. Then now we're chasing as adults because we suppressed it all of our life, trying to fit in with these fucking sheep. My kids are going to show me exactly who I really am because the kid I missed out on are the kids that they are today.
Yeah, and so you saying there's no opportunity for you to be in the kid's life fully because the moms are so immature, or is it that plus you're not in their eyes a father?
No, not in my eye, not that at all. Like in these last couple of months, I'll take full responsibility of I'm not gonna go back and. This is one thing and this is where like the conversations with women or people, I don't give a fuck about opinion. Because it's like, if I'm going to come back to my kids' lives for today, hypothetically, and I wasn't fully healed, I'm only going to see them for a little bit because the inconsistency is going to hit me again. Or if I'm going to see my sons at a low point in my life, or because my goal is to show up, I'm going to have to work on breadcrumbs to figure out how to stay more consistent. My only thing was if my second son, his mom, Angelina, there's nothing.
Hold up, Paul. This motherfucker name dropping like a motherfucker. Yeah. Hey, this nigga name dropping, dog.
So look, I got my first mother of my kids' name is Vanessa. And the second is named Angelina.
He decided to put that in there. I ain't tell y'all. Look, I ain't tell him the name drop. Just let y'all know.
I don't care about name dropping. I want people to know these women. These women are beautiful and amazing women. I don't say their names at all for anybody to do any research or say anything. I'm gonna say this because those are two strong, beautiful women. Thanks. But there's something specifically beautiful about Angelina. That is a woman. I lost that on that was me. That was on me too. That was me because she's a strong mother and a strong.
Wait. Man, you better don't put yourself in that situation because that's gonna open up another door.
What?
No, never mind. I'll talk about it. Go ahead.
No. I ain't worried about that. Like, bottom line, she's a great woman, and like, I know in my heart now that it's on me. But my whole thing about that question was, she told me in a text message a while ago, like, get yourself together and come right here. And that's the mission that I've been on, is how better can I be? And now that I'm at that place here in my life now, I want to.
There's going to be a deep question.
Yeah.
There's going to be a deep question,
yeah,
dog.
Give it to
do you feel like they keeping the kids away from you for their benefit? The kids' benefit, to protect them?
No. They don't got to protect them from nothing with me. Now, I have got, and it's to every artist, really. Like, if this is what you're choosing to do, sacrifices got to be made for this life. Yeah. And I understand what that entails. Yeah. But I also am trying to figure out a way where I can have my family with me. Maybe not them. They have their own situations and their own. I say to one of my songs, I'll be comfortable to break my vows so someone else can love her more than I did. And I mean that. If someone can love you better than me, great. My job is just my kids, and they're not protecting anything. Or maybe I don't know that that's what they're thinking and that's what they're doing. All I'm saying is, as a daddy today, I'm not stopping until I get my sons back in my life. And I'm working simultaneously with that.
Are they here in Vegas?
No, they're both in California. And I'm working diligently now to get myself right. to stop certain things. Find how can I get into that deep place musically and push all the elevators out the way completely.
Facts.
That don't serve, you know? Which ones do I keep in my life? Because I'm an avid meditator and I'm an avid spiritual person. I'm a soundboard type of guy. I'm a sage every night before Fremont now type of guy. Like I'm on that tip. So certain things I
remember that. Every time before you started your show, you would turn around
and pray.
Yeah.
I would pray.
Bro, come on now. I see all the signs.
I would pray or I would light sage. Well, now I pray and I light sage every night before the show. And it's just spiritual practices that I've learned to discipline myself that keep me a little bit more in balance and a little bit more as a better person. Have I been actively reaching out and doing the best that I can with what I got as a father? Yes. Has it worked? But does that mean I stop? No. Because when an obstacle presents itself, are you going to be a pussy or are you going to create an opportunity? I'm not a pussy. So that's where the opportunity at. And if there ain't no, I'm going to make one.
No, that's dope, dog. See, I had to ask that question because even now, like, I'm not going through that deep of a situation with the first mother of my kids, but it's crazy how so many single parents or fathers can relate to that, because not only, I can't speak for everybody's situation, I only can speak for mine, but knowing that I was there from day one and doing the best that I could, and you chose to reroute it and play this other narrative, it's crazy. But I would say this.
The narrative of my first, that one might be a little bit to what you're saying, and it only comes from like the materialistic things. And she's gonna say I dropped the ball and all that, but it's not hard. Like there's times where I have a car, and I'm willing. I'll drive the 8 hours to Oakland if I need to, or the 12. I'll drive and I'll spend one day with my son, and come right back. I'm willing, but then I started to see like I'm paying for y'all. Man, y'all not making it easy for a brother just because I'm getting money off the street. I gotta. Now to go see my sons, mind you, in another state, I got to take care of the gas going coming, toll, whatever, make sure I got money for my kids while I'm there. A hotel stay 2, 3, 4 nights depending. Whatever happens, like there's so much. And then to get my kids, I have to be designated on space. Like I'm micromanaging in a sense. It was getting micromanaging in a sense. Yeah. And I was realizing I'm spending more to go be with my sons instead of us working out a routine where I could just have my sons here with me at certain times that's comfortable for us as a family as a whole. And that money that I'm spending every time to go out there, those thousands of dollars coming out of my pocket every month, just to go see my sons for this much other day or the time that I have with them, versus them coming here and me using that money to show them a household, give them a room, buy them a bed, all these things. You're taking that from me because I deal with it as a father because I want to be in my kids' lives. But when does us as dads draw the line and say, okay, you want to use them as pawns, but I'm going to play chess with you. And that's what I feel like I got to do now.
Yeah, and I don't ever see it always as one-sided. There always, it's two sides to a story, whatever. My thing is, like, it goes back to that original question. Do you think that, that the women is keeping the kids away for protection? I guess the world would never know because they're never going to be true with it, even to this day, bro. So how do you feel, like co-parenting nowadays? It's just not going to work. A lot of co-parenting, a lot of females or a lot of ex-couples, whatever the case is.
You can co-parent with your best friend, but you can't co-parent with the person you had a child with. So Angelina was my best friend. And that's why I feel like wholesomely in my heart that these next steps that I'm about to take in my life is going to work when it comes to us co-parenting for my kid. Yeah. She's always been a straight shot shooter, and I respect her for that. She was my best friend. She's somebody I know I have no hatred with. Yeah. And I know that we left on the term of like, we knew this marriage thing wasn't going to work. But we knew that we shared something beautiful, and that's that little man right there. Yeah. How we get back to that, I know she'll be on that. And I got to take care of some personal dues. I get that. This first one, it's a little, that's where like, that co-parenting thing, it might not work like that. I might got to fight a little harder. But for my son, I'll do that.
Oh, facts. Until the day I'm gone, of course.
I'll do that. How I fight, it's hard. It's difficult to state the state thing. And I try to play by the rules. You bend them a little bit to make things happen for your kids, but Eventually, they're gonna be at a place where they can make their own decision.
Be like, I want to go live with dad.
They want to go see dad, and they're gonna know. They're gonna see things. I'm gonna show them things. I got archives. I got text messages. I got videos. I got things.
Talk it, dog.
I got storage for my sons. This is what daddy was planning. This is what daddy was doing. This is the interview that daddy was mentioning you at this part of my life. This is how daddy felt about you 2 years ago when you thought that they didn't want to see you.
Yeah.
Like, and not 2 years ago, it ain't been that long, but hypothetically speaking, for the story's sake, like that, I got everything in bulk. Here, sons, like, this is what it's been in my heart, in my experience, in my reality, while y'all been out of my life. So just in case you heard anything else,
I see where
this
it
is
comes
the truth.
From. I see where it comes from, dog. And when you broke down and shed a tear, I related to that so much because it's times where I'm just talking to Sadie and I'm holding her and I'm tearing up and crying her and crying to her, just saying thank you. Like a lot of times, like I'm not even asking her for nothing. I'm not complaining. I'm just hugging the hell out of her, saying thank you. Like I just want to, tell her like I appreciate it, or I tell her all the time like I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, and that's that's overall the best best time in my life is who I'm with now. That's amazing, man. And I just want to say congrats because you're pushing, you're grinding, you're still striving to be the best version of yourself. So let's talk about the music for a little bit real quick because
I can always talk about music. That's my shit.
That music, you have so much pain into it. You have so much success also into it, but you also have that vision. A lot of times people in vision and everything like that they don't work together. You have a vision, but you're not doing anything to try to achieve that. Your vision is so pure. What is your next steps with your music? What is your next goal?
As simple as it is, the consistency in my content is all that I'm missing right now. I have all the content I need. I have all the songs I need. I feel like I'm at the right place in my spiritual self. I'm at the right place in my personal, like, I'm good. My artistic JTruth PA is good because Jonathan's good. But like, it's just the consistency in my music. Getting this face on this social media, dropping more material and staying true to my message. Yeah. Do I got like albums and like projects already ready and put in place? I've been working on this for 2-3 years. And even through the fear of not putting out music, these songs have been batched. So that they only can go out. They've already been put in. So now it's just having consistency again and dropping more consistently now that I got the music and the time and the opportunities presented itself. I just need the right, at this point now, I know in my heart that, and with God's help, I can't do it alone. Yeah. Now I need the right people with me to help me bring this beautiful vision with these songs and the album, which is called Letter to My Exes. And it's just a whole album of relationship talk, almost like Taylor Swift. Somebody mentioned that to me in the past about me being a male version of Taylor Swift because all my relationship records hit hard. Yeah. And I haven't put many of them out. So now that's what I have now. I have a whole bunch of records, including one that I'm going to be releasing late June, that's going to be tied into the album. And it might be emotional tug of war since we've talked about that. Let that be the catalyst to the rest of this album. But I need to, getting the right videographer, which I think God already presented that to me.
Y'all locked
I think God already presented that to me. So I think I got the right videographer. Yeah. I do got a brother I can fellowship with. And you're so close to me, which is not a coincidence at all. Yeah. I just feel like I'm at the right place to make all the things that I felt lacked, or I didn't take the right steps, or didn't take advantage of the opportunity when it presented itself. Yeah, that ain't the me today. Yesterday's price ain't today's price.
And you got to think about it. Sometimes in life, you got to be rerouted in order to get right back on track. Sometimes being off track allows our mind and our vision to be recreated. It's blurred out sometimes due to some of the actions that's around us, the people that's around us. Sometimes everyone that's around you, and I'll say this, not everybody that you meet is supposed to be someone that's super close with you. Like, that's why I was like, okay, I gotta get him on here because this is somebody that I can, call my brother. I can call, this person on anything and talk to him about any problem that I may have. And I was like, bro, I just got to get him on. I got to get him on the podcast.
Come on, I'm here now.
That's amazing. And I think in life, so many people get caught up and have those wrong influences around you, like family. You had to detach yourself around family to be successful.
I am so detached from my family. So detached. It's almost like, and I hate to say it like that, it's almost like I don't have one.
Yeah.
Like my friends are my family.
Yeah.
The people that I created to be family. The people that I'm staying with right now.
Yeah.
I was only supposed to be here for a little bit in Vegas. It might be a longer stay.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
Yeah.
Like I get called brother when I walk in the house.
Yeah.
Or I'm a brother-in-law. And these people are not in my bloodline. I feel important. I come home, there's a meal, and there's one set aside for your boy. These are friends that I consider the family. Like, where my real people at? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I do good by the people that I meet because I never know which person is going to be the person I call brother or sister.
Yeah, you never know. And I tell you just opened up another door, and it's crazy that you said it because everyone that I come across, I treat with respect because God always told myself, I'm a Christian. I tell people all the time, just by me saying I'm a Christian does not mean I'm perfect. Does not mean just because I know how to recite the Bible or, a verse or whatever the case is, does not make me a Christian. I can sit here and tell you all of my wrongs. I can tell you every wrong thing about me before I tell you the positive, but I promise you I will leave out this door happier than ever. That's what makes me a Christian. I'm not afraid to praise him in public. I'm not afraid to talk about him. I will walk into a room full of all atheists and praise him to the max. That's just me. So I tell people all the time, blessings comes from the ones you least expected. So I respect everybody. And I didn't know that at first. I didn't think that at first because I'm like, damn, motherfucker, if you don't respect me, I ain't gonna respect you. I'm gonna beat your ass at a young age though. Like I grew up in like this drug lord family to where I didn't have no choice but to be involved in it. So like I said, blessings come from the ones you least expected, 100%. If blessings came from your mom or your dad or the ones you're always close with, you're going to be expecting that more. You're going to expect them to do certain things more. Well, God going to switch it up and throw you a curveball and be like that homeless person that you talk shit about was the ones that could have honestly made you rich. And you would never know.
And that's why now in my life, I heard it in a reel, I think, and it really changed my perception. It was like, just my goal is to find the God in everybody. What is that godly thing that you have, possess, or do that makes you that unique, that makes you special? And I wanna hit you with that. I wanna bring that out. I wanna see how I can like amplify that part of you.
Facts.
And facts. That has led me to a lot of great things so far.
No, and that's amazing because, and I always use this word, but it's different. You don't see that in a lot of new generation or younger kids coming up. You don't see that no more to where everyone's motivation. That's why I say this generation so pussies because they look at working a 9 to 5 as a bad thing. They look at, grinding to get rich as a bad thing. They all want this get rich quick scheme shit and it's not working. It's like you got to start somewhere. You got to be motivated. You got to grind. You got to surround yourself around people that's actually going to put you in that predicament or that positive situation. There's so much negativity out there. I feel like so many people get blurred vision is what I'm going to call it. It's just blurred vision. And being in Las Vegas, and I only been here for 2 years, and I see it. Working on Fremont, that shit had me. I'm looking at some of them motherfuckers like, damn, you for real? Like, it's crazy. So, and you're one of the ones that's on Fremont that's actually showing positivity. You see the showgirls out there, they getting their bread. I'm not judging them by any means, but again, you see the ones out there that's not really adding anything to the community. You're adding to the community while being yourself. A lot of them people out there performing is not themselves. They're just doing it because they know they can get money from it. Well, you're not going to feel as happy and as genuine because it's not coming from a heart. It's not coming from a good spot, nigga. You doing it because you saw it on TikTok. You doing it because you saw some shit on Twitter and was like, oh, maybe I'll go to Amazon, buy this clothing, and then dance around and see if I can get paid just like such and such on TikTok. You're doing it because that's always been in you. So that's what makes it more, you know.
It's a genuine show.
That accomplishment is going to mean so much more, dog. And that's what I got attached to, is because you always had that energy no matter what. I didn't never sat here and think like, oh man, this nigga on cocaine. I'm gonna be honest, I can't tell the fucking difference now. So I guarantee you, it was a time where you was performing that I was there and you was off some shit. And I would never know, fucking knew. But it's like, damn. I ain't saying I'm gonna go do it to see, but I mean, like, dog, that's crazy because you hear about so much shit. You know,
people only tell about the bad stories.
Yeah,
that's all we ever hear about is how to get away from it. It's bad, and yeah, does it serve? It's a man-made thing, of course. But that's the same way that I should be talking to you about. Yo, you should stop allowing stress to roam freely in your life, because you're gonna end up coming up with a disease, maybe far faster than what cocaine would have ever done to me. And like you said, you would never know. I'm one of those people that I've never put myself in a position to wild out. I know the bad stuff. I know where I could go. I know what happened.
Yeah.
I just choose not to go there.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm still in control of my choices. You know, I feel like off of alcohol, you start to get a little, you know, fuzzy around choices. But on, you know, being on that specifically, like, I never cried in my judgment.
Yeah, no, and that's crazy. And it took you a little bit to realize that. You, like you mentioned before, it took you leaving Vegas for a while to realize how much you still had left to accomplish.
Yeah, how much I had to still put in play and make right, so I can leave, you know, and be like, okay, I left and everything was, I didn't leave it on any unfinished business.
Yeah.
I feel like I got some unfinished business out here, and I'm just trying to attack it the best I can and make the best things happen.
Yeah. And you gonna do it, dog. Like, again, don't never stop chasing your goals. If that's coming from anybody that ever told you that, man, don't ever stop. Because like I said, it all started with me just going by the equipment. And I'm not even done yet. I promise you I'm not done yet. I promise you by the end of this year, I'm gonna have Keith Lee in here. That's my biggest goal. I talk it all the time. The biggest person that I want on here is Keith Lee. That's it. I swear to God, I don't care about no damn Oprah. I don't care about nobody. I want Keith Lee, because the way that he started, I don't care about the fame. I don't care about none of that. Most people don't even know this, but Keith Lee, before the food reviewer, was actually a professional athlete. His story is crazy dope. Like, he came up from the same situations as anybody else, made a name in the sports world, and then now he's the biggest fucking influencer on social media all across the board, hands down. You can have the most followers. You can have who has the most followers on Instagram? The Rock. The Rock has the most followers, and then it's like fucking Kim Kardashian or some other shit. What the fuck are they actually doing? I mean, The Rock making movies. I ain't knocking him for his talent, but Keith Lee is actually putting motherfuckers in business. I mean, now granted, he say one wrong thing, he can take motherfuckers out of business. But Keith Lee, he's going around traveling, spending his own money on food reviews and giving his honest review of everything, and he's putting these motherfuckers on. Name another person that's doing that. Don't worry, I'll wait. Like, there's not really too many other people that's actually putting it on. Like, and he's doing it for like genuine reasons. He's not just doing it for a check. He turned down so many fucking deals to be on a TV show that was paying him, that could have paid him millions, because it was out of his character. Yeah, nigga, I'm telling you right now, if you would have told me to be on a show 2 years ago, fuck the character, nigga. I want the bag.
Man, I'll scratch man like a monkey. What's up? What you want me to do?
I would have been on there quick as fuck. But again, that's where that realistic thought process come into play. Like, okay, how much is this going to change me if I did this?
Can't always do it for the bag.
You can't do it for the bag, and that's why my biggest goal is to have him on here. And the people that I bring on my show is people that I can be around, for one, and I see that vision and I see that success within them. So I'm not just I can go on Fremont and find 10 dickheads right now to bring up on here, and they'll be happy as hell to do it. But that's not my point. That's not my whole Off Limits podcast reason. I want everybody to tell them stories. Bro, you didn't come on this podcast thinking that you was going to get deep and talk about the kids and things like that. Like, it's just something that God presented to me to be like, hey, bro, get him on the podcast. Get him on the podcast. I was like, man, when are you going to be in Vegas? Crazy thing is, the same message that you sent right back was what? I'm here right now. I was like, oh, bet. Crazy.
I'm here right now.
He was like, I'm here right now. I was like, when you here till? He was like, I think like what'd you say, the 12th or the 6th or some shit? I was like, oh, bet. All right, let's lock this in. So I bring people around that I want to be, I personally would be around. And I've been around you every day because we was on Fremont every damn day. You would come later. I mean, I was actually working, but hey, we was around each other. And so that's why, you know, and I'm gonna talk my shit for a quick sec. The reason why, and y'all probably gonna be wondering why, but I didn't post a video for like a week or 2 weeks or a little bit longer, is because, and I ain't name dropping, but whatever, cool. My last videographer was on some bullshit. I'm gonna be honest, a young dude just went through an emotional breakup, cool, but he has a business. I hired him as a videographer. Bro, it would take, like I said, 2-3 hours to send me videos. I'm gonna be honest, if you out there and you're grinding to work, make sure you hold yourself accountable. Make sure you hold yourself accountable to your actual craft. Don't sit here and bullshit around people. Like I'm gonna be honest, like dude would send me videos that's half-ass edited. That's damaging somebody's character. If I was to upload a video and it's half-ass edited, nigga, that's gonna fuck that person up that I'm interviewing, because that's a professional person. So, you know, I had to, you know, kind of just separate and part ways. And that's where I always tell people is don't be afraid to cut ties with people to move forward or progress in your life. It's just something that you have to do. Thank God the dude that, you know, the dude sent me my video, but still it was like, damn, motherfucker, you sent it to me like 2-3 weeks later. Motherfucker, I'm trying to get monetized on YouTube. Hey, you playing. I got certain watch hours I got to meet, motherfucker. But, you know, it just goes to show that motherfuckers not hungry enough. Motherfuckers is not hungry. Like, and you have that hunger. You have that drive in you. Like, I don't give a fuck who watching. I don't care if y'all think I'm embarrassing myself. Nigga, I'm about to put this speaker right here behind this circle. I'm about to dance. I'm about to pull this old lady in, tell her to hump her husband. I'm about to tell her to hump her husband.
And it really be like that.
And it,
yo,
nigga,
I need you to put your pussy on his face right now.
And hey, off the good topic, bro, dude will literally grab a female out of the big ass crowd and be like, come here, mommy, now shake that ass. I'm like, damn, it's like that. Is that easy?
And
I'm
what
like,
they do?
they shake that ass. Bro, I'd be like, what the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not about what you say sometimes, it's about how you say it.
Yeah.
People, when I talk and I speak, I look at you dead in your eyes. You could tell there's no threat here. Like, I'm not here to embarrass. Like, I'm here for you to have fun. Yeah. Let go. Facts. Stop bullshitting yourself. Facts. You know that all you ever thought about was twerking in front of a crowd like this. You might as well get it out right now, white girl. It's crazy. It's show out.
And it's so wild because you bring a community together on Fremont so well, because it's some people that know they don't got rhythm and they shouldn't be out there doing the shit, but you grab them and they'll start doing it. They don't care how they look or how they feel about doing it, but they're happy.
And then the crowd cheers them on.
And the crowd cheers them on. And I'm looking at the husband like, nigga, that couldn't be me. That couldn't be me. But there's no negativity. And knock on wood, but there hasn't been, when I was working there was not one incident, not one fight that broke out in front of your circle. There was not one issue. We never got told like, hey, bro, this dude doing something wrong. It was always positivity, bro. Mind you, he had the GM of Fremont watching him, clapping him.
He shakes my hand every day
and promoting him along.
Every day,
bro. The GM that we just did, where the sound dude was behind his circle the whole time, like giving him props, like co-signing, like bro, like hyping him up and shit. It was like, damn.
And now every time he
wouldn't do that with everybody else.
At my show, shows me love and
everything. Yeah, show him love and everything.
He can have other security around him. He'll still walk over to me.
Told you, I'm telling you, bro. Everywhere he went on the floor, his name is Javion. Everywhere Javion went on the floor, we was with him. Everywhere. He would not do that to any other circle. Promise you. Motherfuckers can look at it as favoritism, suck a dick. I don't give a fuck. But this nigga Javion would not go to anybody else's circle but yours and do that shit. This nigga don't like people. I'm gonna be honest. Javion, he like people up to it.
But he don't give up.
But he don't
give up. He like,
that's
like
my
you
dog.
on the surface.
Yeah.
But once I leave, I don't give up.
That's my boy, dog. That's my boy. I love Javion so much.
I want to do some stuff with him too, man. He's an amazing guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He loves music. He has a couple of cousins I know that's in music too that y'all can collab with. He's big into fashion.
I know, me too.
He's so big into fashion, bro. I'm talking about this motherfucker. He done been to NFL showrooms and everything like that to where
he's about it.
Bro, about it. And that's not just dick riding or nothing, but like he put me on to a lot of my fashion outside of what I wear. You never saw me dress outside of work.
You know, we connected how we connected before the show was the fact that we both painted our nails.
For real?
That's how that was our initial conversation.
Yeah, Javion get his shit done like this motherfucker be getting like Pokemon on some shit.
Bro, I get my
like,
design colors and I remember one day seeing it and I was, we're at an age now where like this could be talked about amongst men. Yeah. So like I'm just sitting and talking to him like, you get you. I was like, how many people try to like bag on me because of this, but the girls love it so much because of how I wear it. Yeah. He said the same thing. He was like, man, if you're super confident, you wear that. Yeah. Man, you know how many girls like, oh, I don't like talking that painting. I don't like it, but you is different, and it's always like that. With you is different. And Javion,
that's that stereotypical ass shit with females, dog. Because bitch, I don't like females that wear makeup, but with you is different. Like, what the fuck, nigga? Like, bro, you gonna get mad at me because I want to paint my nails, but you don't want me to get mad at you because you wearing makeup? All right, there's another bitch down the street that ain't wearing makeup. So what's the difference? I hate that shit. You touched on a good point. I mean, you got a good point. But yeah, Javion would be a good person to collab with fashion, music, and things like that. He's so culturally diverse. Like
I don't have his number currently.
Yeah, he's dope.
But if you want to, text him like, yo, Truth wants your number.
Bro, trust me. Yeah, trust me. He
that'd be a big
super
thing.
Dope. Super dope.
Big thing. Even the shoot, because we talked about him shooting the video, him being in the cameo. Yeah. Because I was gonna try to like spin something on Fremont. Yeah. Because I know you can't have cameras out there. But I was going, I got a way to finesse this to make it work for me a little bit. But I could get Javion in like a 15-second cameo. Yeah, no,
now that is going to be difficult. That I would say is going to be difficult. Because I know while he's working, he's not supposed to be on camera. He's not supposed to be in the circles doing none of that.
I'm trying to hit it to where like,
he would get cussed out.
I'm trying to hit it to like where nobody would even know. But he just knows where to be.
Yeah, shit. Hey, I'm telling you that, he probably on Fremont tonight.
I know we're going to talk, but I'm definitely going out there tonight.
Yeah, he's most likely on.
It's a Friday.
Oh yeah, he's on.
I'm going out there. I'm going out there like what, bro? There's times I made 1,000 in 15 minutes. See, like I'm
doing something wrong.
Like I'm
doing something wrong. I'm about to start selling dick.
Man,
I'm gonna be honest.
$250 a pump.
Look, $250 a pump right now. Bow, bow.
We done with this interview, bro. We're good.
Nah, but if you had one thing to leave for the ones that's watching, the influence that you have on people, what would it be right now?
Blood doesn't make you family. It just makes you related. You give your shirt to your family just to struggle naked. Family trees are weakened and blood don't conquer all. Because even leaves on trees change during the fall. We think too much and we feel too less. We never say everything that's on our chest. We stress and yes, we break our necks and backs by going back to back. We react too quick to crap instead of just responding back. And influences make you sick, dictating all your moves and shit. You're insecure? Yes, I know. Be above that shit. Don't limbo, bro. You gotta swear you're hot, even when it's cold, because it's all in the mind. Stay in control. Informs out. Out kills in. Simplicity is how you win. Lights are dim and the lines are thin, but you got to be that alchemy deep within. So inner analyze and grow. Be okay with your approach. Forget about a label, but like a record label, try to inner scope. Got to marinate and soak. Positive energy, because this is the remedy for the truth. So wake up every morning and do what you do.
This motherfucker just did a whole Tupac poem, but that shit was fire, nigga. Look, see, this nigga about to go on Fremont and start speaking.
I'm about to be a deacon tonight.
Salute.
Amen.
Nah, bro, that's dope. Out there. That is dope, dog, because you can do that shit with just on the spot. I can't do that, but my motivation to y'all that I always like to leave people with, man, and it's always off the top, is stop trying to be somebody you're not. continue just to be yourself. Again, when you be yourself, just take them shots. Again, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
Yo, here go 2 quotes I'm going to be remembered for before I die. I want to tell y'all right now. Darkness is still a light, just a different shade. And without it, you'll never see a star shine. 2, if you have a story that you allow to sit on the shelf, then you deprive somebody else of finding fragments of themselves. I'm JTruth, PA, baby.
All right, y'all. Y'all heard it best. Y'all heard it best, man. I do want to say thank y'all for joining in on the podcast, man. Make sure y'all go follow him on social media. If y'all all in, Las Vegas coming to visit, stop down on Fremont. He's gonna be there.
I'm Mr. Fremont.
He's gonna be there.
This is me right here.
Look, y'all heard it best. So if y'all on Fremont and y'all work on Fremont and y'all think y'all the king, the queen, stop it. Y'all ain't gonna go 10 toes. Y'all not gonna go 10 toes in any circle from 8 all the way down to any number that y'all want to get assigned to. Stop it. If y'all know, y'all know. Look, he in the same spot every night working. Stop it. Look, at the end of the day, if y'all in Vegas, come see him. Y'all want to work. Look,
by the way, the spot I'm in front of is spot J. Specifically,
if y'all know where spot J is, it's the first stage, the biggest stage.
It's for JTruth.
It's J.
It's for JTruth. J for JTruth.
Look, it worked perfectly. But look, I do want to say thank y'all, man, for tuning in. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I'm back filming videos. It's amazing, man, to be in this environment. But again, man, just keep up that positivity, man. Peace. We out.
Podcast, #1 in Nevada. No scripts, keep it lit. Let's get deep. Get the camera, real talk, every thought, only for your satisfaction. Off Limits Podcast.